Welcome to Off the Rails, brought to you by the Model Railway YouTube community group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. Just search for MRYCG. Hello everyone and welcome to this very first episode of Off the Rails. This is a brand new monthly podcast show by members of MRYCG. This is an idea that has been in production for many months now and we are pleased you have joined us for this very special launch day. This show is for as many members as possible to get involved with and have your layouts and ideas showcased once a month. We invite all modelers, young and old, from novice to experienced. Maybe you have an idea of building a layout, but just do not know where to start. If so, then this is the show for you. We aim to bring you fun, facts, news and chats, which is very important for us all during these difficult times. If you enjoy this show and would like to be involved in any way, then please don't hesitate to let us know by emailing contact@mrycg.com. In this first instalment, we'll be chatting with Stuart from Valley Brook 2 about last year's MRYCG Mega Charity Auction. Dave Watson from Dean Park Station takes us back to the DEMU 2019 show, where he caught up with the guys from Cavalex. And following on from that will be Chris of Couplings, talking about the history behind these fantastic new products. We managed to grab a few words with him while he was busy on the production line. And finally, also, we have a great competition for you. Make sure you listen very carefully to the show, as details are coming up a little later on. So, let's set the wheels in motion and start with part one of our interview with Stuart. We welcome Stuart of Valley Brook 2. Hello, Stuart.
Good evening, Jason.
Hello and welcome to this interview. It's a bit of a rarity for you because it's usually you doing the interviewing, isn't it, Stuart?
Yeah, it's normally me in front of the camera talking to other people.
Well, it makes a change. So we're here today to talk about something we did, well, MRYCG did, last year in 2019. And that was all down to an idea you came up with. Tell us about it, Stu.
Yes, well, if anybody can recall, last year we did the massive MRYCG charity auction, which really took off quicker than what we thought. So back early on, when MRYCG was very young, I was influenced by these local radio stations who were doing 24-hour streams for charity and everything. And I turned back to Jason and went, do you fancy doing a 24-hour live stream? And we went, well, let's think about that. We had some ideas, obviously, doing a 24-hour live stream at the local Crew Heritage Centre, but obviously then things like, well, you need internet, we're going to need do this, do that, and I thought, well, why don't we do a charity auction as well? So then the live stream fizzled out, so then the charity auction started going. I remember when I announced it on my weekly Facebook Friday show, I had one interest by Edward Neve. He donated a Eddie Stubble lorry, and basically just started from there. People started sending stuff, and really it started getting bigger and bigger. It started getting scattered around the house, and eventually when you give me the nudge to start cataloguing it and getting it sorted, we actually put it together and realised how much stuff there was.
Yeah, and there was a lot of stuff, wasn't there, Stu? From all different categories of the model railway scene. Like say, there was an Oxford. There was an Oxford Rail Eddie Stobart truck. I'm looking through the list now of the stuff that I put out for the auction. Finally, now there was stuff not just from trucks. There was not stuff just generally from your own scale. There was stuff from different gauges and scales, and also continents, really, because there was American stuff, wasn't there? So tell us about what sort of stuff can you remember off the top of your head that you thought was of an interest towards those people that were looking at the purchasing or getting hold of it in the charity auction?
Yeah, well, it was basically, I wasn't really tit and tat. It was just basically, if you anything you didn't want or wanted, think someone could make use of, just send it to me and we can see what we can do with it. It's like one story, we had a load of N-gauge stuff donated, track, modelling stuff, buildings and everything. And that was from my service technician at work, because he said to me, he says, "Oh, I've got loads of N-gauge stuff here." It was like 2 carry bags worth of stuff. He says, "I'm just going to throw it away. Do you want anyone that needs it? When we're full enough, I'm doing a charity auction. Well, I'll put it into there." So I had loads and loads. Like, basically, all you needed was, no, actually, there was a loco with it. So all you needed was a controller. And you had a full N-gauge layout there with everything.
Well,
So I was very, very surprised with that.
well,
Then obviously as well.
fortunately, there was actually a controller as a part of the one of the items, if you remember rightly, as well. So
Yes,
yeah, pretty
yes,
much,
actually,
from what I can gather, anybody with all the stuff that was there, anybody could pretty much make a full layout from everything that was donated, basically.
yeah. I think the only thing missing really was double O gauge track.
Yes, that's
Then there would have been
correct.
two complete layouts. There would have been an N gauge layout and a double O gauge layout. But like we said, we had loads of stuff coming in from Scenics and Metcalf kits with books, because you donated some books. I think I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all sorts. Like I said, looking up, we had Warley Club. They donated one of their wagons.
Yeah,
We
quite
had
an exclusive donation that was,
yeah,
wasn't it?
and then we had a one member donate their Backman collector's wagon as well.
Yeah.
But we did have some exclusive kind of things on there. And also we had Jeff Reed with the Jumbo Lane, his special 66 he donated. Well, he sprayed up for New Durham Junction, but he donated it.
Yes, that was quite a sought-after item, if I remember rightly. There was quite a bit of a bidding war. It ended up on that, and it did indeed ended up being the most paid for item that was wanted throughout the auction, if I remember rightly. Is that correct?
Yes, there was a few members of the MRYCG that were battling for that. He's like, "That's mine, that's mine, that's mine," and he did have figures in their head for what they were going to do.
Okay, so with it being a charity auction, tell us about the charities and why they were chose and what they actually were.
Well, obviously there is a plethora of charities out there to choose from. First things first is I chose Rethink Mental Health. One reason is because it was Virgin's charity, and obviously Valley Brook is mostly based within Virgin. And secondly, the reason why we chose that one is because I experienced through doing Facebook Friday that a lot of people were in the scene, in the model scene, suffer from a mental health issue, which could be anxiety, things like that, because it does get to me sometimes that people come on chat and video chat to me, talk about their layout, and then they say that's the first time they've actually been on camera or actually spoke about something, because they've been that mentally engrossed and thinking like just being paranoid about everything. That me sitting here talking to a camera every week was helping them build confidence and being proud of who they are and what they do and everything like that. So it was helping them. So that really touched me of why we chose that charity, because it's helping people with the mental health issues and everything like that, which is good. Yeah. Because obviously a lot of people out there do suffer from anxiety, depression, and which the hobby does help to take the mind off things. So that was why we chose the first one, Rethink Mental Health. And another one we thought, obviously, with the demographic of the group, we thought to ourselves it is, I'd say 75-80% mostly male-oriented group. So we thought we need something to do for cancers, and obviously we've had some people within the group, some other admins and other families and members and everything like that has cancer of the prostate kind. So that's why we thought, with being male kind of cancer charity, we thought the second charity would be Prostate Cancer UK.
Two excellent charities,
again, yeah, so it is charities that were not just picked from the air. It is ones we've thought about and people of the group have had experience of. And I know some modelers out there are currently going through stages of prostate cancer. So it is something that's close to the group. That's why we've chosen them two charities.
So the items that came in, we had you had dozens and dozens of items donated. As you've already stated, you kind of like underestimated the amount of stuff that was already had been donated, and still more stuff was flooding in, wasn't it, Stuart? So
yeah, definitely, we were constantly getting a lot of stuff in. I think when I did actually finally come round to cataloguing it, I think in total, the total time of roughly was about a year and a half before we actually did the charity auction. So we had about a year or so of collecting the goods together, and then we thought, right, we need to do something with this. I catalogued it. I dropped it down to about 50 lots, but then within those lots there was multiple items.
yes.
And I think when I passed it all over to you, you sorted out.
Yeah, I think when we did do a final recount of everything and put certain things together, I think it ended up about 44 lot, and every single one to the lucky winners of the charity auction for each lot. So, as you said, you had the stuff sent to you, and to get the items processed, it was then over to me, wasn't it? Okay, so there we had part one of the discussion about the MRYCG charity auction. Make sure you stay tuned for part two later on in the show.
Are you struggling with ideas for your layout? Is your model railway looking tired? Or maybe you're hoping to grab yourself a bargain? Then visit Malk's Models at Ilkeston, Nottingham and Derbyshire's #1 model shop. They offer a huge range of new and pre-owned models, accessories and all the scenics you'll ever need. There is also a good stock of almost every paint you may require to make your models look authentic too. Visit the store today on Pelham Street, Ilkeston, Derbyshire, DE7 8AR. Or call Malk for a friendly chat on 07786 896 807.
And now for your MRYCG news briefing for May 2020. A train has been named after Captain Tom Moore in honour of his fundraising achievements during the COVID-19 crisis. The war veteran has raised over £29 million for the NHS by walking 100 laps around his garden. The Great Western Railway Intercity Express train class 800-025 went into service carrying its new name on April the 30th, which was Captain Tom's 100th birthday. GWR Interim Managing Director Matthew Galton said, "We at Great Western have a long history of naming trains after Great Westerners, the past and present heroes from across our network, and I am honoured to have a train named after Captain Tom Moore." The Cumbria Railway is celebrating 100 years since changing from a failing mineral train to a tourist attraction. The Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway reopened in August 1915. After switching from a 3-foot to a 15-inch line. Driver Tom Whitbread said, "The change to a narrow gauge turned a failing business into a successful tourist attraction. A weekend of events, including a monorail exhibition, has been planned to mark the centenary." Hornby are celebrating their centenary during 2020. This year marks the 100th anniversary of Frank Hornby founding the company which carries his name. The company have marked the occasion by including some special models in the range. If you wish to check out the 2020 commemorative products, then please visit hornby.com.
Hi, welcome to MRYCG. You are listening to the #1 show on this model train network. This is Craig from New Durham Junction, aka Mr. Graham. Take care all, be safe and happy modelling. See yous.
Hello, I'm Dave Watson and welcome to Dean Park. This is a DMU 2019 show special. I've got an interview for you from the boys from Cavalex Models, that's Cav, Alex and Young Will. They gave me an exclusive interview before the show started.
You join us at the 2019 DMU show, and here I'm joined by the newcomers on the block. It's Cavalex Models. And just before we actually get on to looking at some of your products, guys, obviously being new to the kind of scene, a lot of people out there will not know much about you. So just maybe kind of summarise a little bit where you've come from and how you've got into the hobby itself, into the position you're in now.
Well, it comes from a lot of years of modelling ourselves. I've been modelling for 30 years. I mean, I'm assuming you've been...
I've been modelling the same amount of time.
You know, so we've got a strong modelling background. We feel we've got a lot to offer people. Our sort of OCD nature for detail and that kind of thing really benefits the modern modeler who's after models with lots and lots of detail.
A bit more finesse and a bit of a true modeler.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware, but our PGA product and project came about. We got talking, didn't we? About
we did, yeah.
We initially thought about doing like a kit of a PGA because we wanted to do a model, a wagon. So we thought about the PGA because it had been neglected since the Hornby Lima model.
Yes,
So we thought, well, why don't we do a kit?
Yeah.
And then we started to look into it, and then we just thought...
Well, Alex approached me regarding 3D printing stuff.
That's right,
because I started doing quite a lot of 3D printed stuff. I've modelled a YEA perch for Engage, which I've recently printed, and it looked really good. And we were looking at sort of trying to produce sort of a 3D printed kit to start with, and that's where it sort of snowballed.
And then we just... The more we looked into it, we thought, well, why don't we go the whole hog and do a ready-to-run model? And it just took off and snowballed from there, and that's how it came about. And I mean, we did set out from day one to deliver, a highly detailed model, which you can see, as you've seen yourself, from the underframe, the etched walkway, and especially the detailing underneath. The full depth hopper is obviously a big thing for that wagon.
It surprised me and impressed me how free running it actually is on the layout. Is that something? I mean, you've got a perfect weight balance there. Is that something to do with the zinc alloy, chassis?
The zinc alloy chassis.
Just to give it that weight.
Keeps the weight really low down. Allows you to have the full depth hopper. And, the wagon itself then feels substantial as a whole rather than having a sort of a focused weight located somewhere in the model. So it helps to give you that sort of grounding on the track.
And the balance as well.
Indeed.
Now I know it's on your website, and I think viewers could still go onto that and express a kind of how you found that. Is the feedback from that been quite helpful to you?
Very. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has taken the time to get in contact, to fill out the form and give us this info, because this information is vital.
It's invaluable.
Getting
the design process, it needs to be from day one, doesn't it?
It does. Getting the
Really
feedback.
helps if people have spent the time, spent the effort of filling a form, saying the things they'd like to see. They're not going to see everything because some people want the moon on a stick.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we get a feel for what the general sort of majority of people want in the model, and to build it from the design stage is paramount to making a good model. Really.
It's quite refreshing that it seems to be the way of the newer kind of manufacturers now to actually ask for feedback at the very start of the project, before the tooling's done and you produce the early production examples. I think that's good to get a fan base, if you like, a following that's the way you're going to do things. And it's if I know what's going to be coming, then I'm more inclined to place a pre-order on it.
Absolutely.
If I feel like I've got a say and I feel like I'm part of the project.
But at the end of the day, the project is for the customers. So, we want to deliver the best model we can. There have to be compromises due to manufacturing process and the design, but we want to give the best models we can.
Definitely.
And what the modelers want. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're doing it. We're doing it for them.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some of your TEA 3D prints there, and obviously I've seen the images on your website. What kind of timescale are we looking for those ones to come on the market? Because I'm sure they're going to get a lot of attention today.
The BLA that you can see there, that's actually going to be exclusive to Rails of Sheffield, which I understand that they're going to be putting something on their website today.
Okay.
The time frame for that, the tooling is underway for the BBA and the BLA, and we hope to have the first samples out of the moulds in a couple of months. But we'll keep everyone up to date with that. The TEA, we're not entirely sure on that because we've only just recently opened for pre-orders. And once, probably by the end of this month, middle of next month, we'll have an idea to then give another update.
We need to achieve the pre-order level to make sure it goes ahead. I, for one, wanted to go ahead. It's a beautiful wagon. It's got real substance. It's got weight. It looks lovely.
Well, I mean, I know there's already ready-to-run ones, but obviously that's quite an old tooling. So you're kind of bringing it into the 21st century with regard to the level of detail. I mean, obviously your brass etched there, the walkways and stuff. And, I've seen the CAD drawings of them on your screens and stuff, and even under-frame detail. Even in 3D printed guys, it really blows away the previous models that are on the market just now. And that's what, that's something new to the actual freight market, we've been used to having highly detailed locos and highly detailed coaches, but the detail is now spilling over into your, the freight stock, which is, for some people, a breath of fresh air.
It is, absolutely, I agree.
Yep.
And that particular TA is still running today. So built in the mid to late 80s for Total, and still running today. And what's good is this week we've announced that we will be having the Total logo on our wagon.
Perfect.
So that obviously makes a big difference because it's the iconic logo on that model.
That shortened the odds of them appearing on Dean Park, I have to say. Unfortunately for my wallet, but don't tell my wife. Anyway, gents, I'd like to thank you for your time. I'll leave you to get on with the show, but all the best with all your new rolling stock. Excellent.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much. Cheers now.
Thank you.
Welcome to your monthly event and exhibition listings. Each episode we will be sharing with you a selection of dates you may be interested in. Due to the current ongoing situation, unfortunately all public gatherings are cancelled. However, we at MRYCG would like to bring to your attention that a number of online model railway enthusiasts have taken the step to connect the model railway community together by hosting live streams that are free to watch, take part in and socialise. All the following times are listed in UTC. Monday, 1:30pm, FMR Station House. 7pm, Jenny Kirk with the Monday Club. Midnight, Tyredan Valley Railroad and Coal Company. Tuesday, 2am, Tom's Trains and Things. 1:30pm, FMR Station House. 7:45pm, Wardle Road. Midnight, On Track Tuesday. Each week there will be a show hosted by different people. Indian Head Valley Railroad on the first week of the month. Redbird Tony 2010 on the second week of the month. Creative Rails the third week of the month. Crooked River and Eastern on the fourth week of the month. Wednesday, 8:30pm, FMR Station House. 11pm, every second week of the month, Schuylkill River Valley. 11pm, also every second week of the month, D&RGW Iron Horse Route. Midnight, Sparky 107 with the Wednesday night live chat. Thursday, 2am, Michael McCarville. 1:30pm, FMR Station House. 7:45pm, Wardle Road. Midnight, Hot Rod Rodney. Friday, 1:30pm, FMR Station House. 8pm, Alex Faxton. Saturday, 1am, BNSF 6951. 3pm, Back on Track. 8pm, Alex Faxton. 8pm, West Hill Wagon Works. Sunday, 9pm, Oak Hill Model Railway. All live events are streamed on YouTube. Please head over to jennifer-kirk.com/livestream community schedule for further information.
Hello, this is Chris from West Hill Wagon Works. You are listening to Off the Rails with MRYCG.
Okay, so continuing on, we're going to take you over to Chris at Hunts Couplings now for a little bit of history about why they were produced.
So, I'm sure we can all relate to this problem of unreliability on our layouts. Unreliability as in things derailing or uncoupling. Well, this was the vein of my life. So what I decided to do is come up with a new idea of a magnetic coupling. And so was born the Hunt coupling. The Hunt coupling comprises of a new coupling with a magnet in the end, and obviously you have a pair that attract an A and a B, one on each side of what you're connecting to, and away you go. They're designed for reliability and ease of use. So we can uncouple very easily, couple up very easily, and they're very reliable to run. We now have a range of 12 different types of Hunt coupling, and these can all be found westhillwagonworks.co.uk.
Thanks very much, Chris, for that. So now it's time to get on with part 2 of the charity auction interview. We're kind of going to reverse this now because it switches. Obviously, Stuart had the initial idea, and then it moved over to me, to the administration side, really, to get the stuff processed and the auction activated. Now, you actually launched the charity auction, didn't you, at the last year's Whalley National Model Railway Exhibition?
Yes, I did. You were unfortunately unavailable for that weekend, but you sat there and designed. Well, we had to try and figure out what platform to do the auction on, because obviously there's fees and everything like that. But lucky enough, you managed to get something sorted through eBay, because there is the eBay account that do a charity auction. So you managed to set that up while I was down in sunny Birmingham. You sent me the details saying, right, it's ready. So then whilst we did the members meet on Saturday, we launched the actual site then.
And for anyone that wants to check it out, it is eBay Charities, and the username is Model Railway YouTube Community Group, and successfully everything was listed. I wouldn't say professionally photographed, but as best as ability to do, considering everything's done voluntarily. And we achieved a very successful charity auction and raised quite a considerable amount of money, didn't we, Stuart?
Yes, we were keeping an eye on lots, and you would sat there watching the bids going up and up and up and up. And to be honest, when we did set up this thing, we thought, oh, it's just going to be
we were looking,
50,
yeah, maybe just top 100 or something.
Yeah, just something thing. But when it started going and up and up and up,
it just
and
kept going.
Going lower and lower and lower.
Yeah. I was ultimately stunned. I was shocked to see the generosity from people towards these two great charitable causes. It was just immense.
It is amazing when you do something like this, how much the community pulls together. Like I say, not only MRYCG, but a lot of the model railway community come together for charity.
Yes. And going on from that, we did... the auction ran, if I remember rightly, it ran for about 10 to 14 days. I can't remember off the top of my head just now. The first estimations were over around the £650 mark, total donations made. Obviously, it was split between two charities, and it all depended on what sort of figures that each of the items did actually gain from the bids. So one charity benefited slightly more than the other, but we don't mind, because at the end of the day, every penny counts to support these charities. And I can confirm that the official donations were made. They were processed by the administration department of the eBay Charities. They went through just after the Christmas period, and official receipt was completed on the 31st of January, and the charities received their funds just a few more days later. So I can officially announce from the official donation receipts that the benefiting charity, Prostate Cancer UK, received the grand sum total of £442.65, and the benefiting charity of Rethink Mental Illness received the grand sum total of £186.89. And those two sums are just humongous, really. It's just so generous. Obviously, one is slightly larger than the other. That's purely down to the items that were sold going for an extremely high amount than that was anticipated.
Yeah, we kept it even across the board. Like you said, the 44 lots, we split them down the middle, so we tried to even out. So we had 22 lots for one charity, 22 lots for another, even them out each way. Obviously, depending, it's like, for instance, with that much on the Prostate Cancer UK, then obviously that's when the 66 was for that one, so that got considerably more bids than, say, the Engage local.
So total, with the mathematics done, estimated, we approximately reached close to our figure that we thought it was going to, of 650. We reached just approximately £630 total split between the two charities. So we have to thank every single one of you modelers out there that went above and beyond the call of yourselves to donate something and also bid on an item which you successfully won. Now, when that was completed, it was quite a bit of relief to we've done it. We said we were going to do it. We've achieved
That's
it.
it.
Your idea, Stuart, it went bigger and bigger beyond what we were expecting. And when it was all done, it was a hallelujah.
Yeah, box ticked, done. That's it. Next project.
But
But
we got asked if we were going to do it again.
yes, we did. When's the next one? What's the next? What's this? So
It looks like we are, because we've already had boxes full of stuff donated. And yes, it's here. I have it safely stored away. And we've got quite a number of items already awaiting the next one. So fingers crossed, we will be doing it again. Well, we should be doing it again. There's not if we're going to do it again. We will do it again. So it's pretty much of a watch this space, isn't it?
Definitely. Ideally, if it's a rolling increments and everything like that, we could probably do a yearly one.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's only so much stuff that people can donate.
That's right.
Obviously, with last year's how successful it is, maybe we can speak to some manufacturers to see if they want to do anything. But it's just one of them things, an idea, ball rolling, see what happens.
Yeah, I say we're going to do it again. No promises on whether it's actually, yes, it's going to be this year, but we could very well look, it will be definitely the following year. I say it all depends on the collection of donations. We do already have a good selection, including Vitrain's locomotive, lots of scenic items, some rolling stock. We've even got power supplies for model railways. We've got already a lot of stuff, and I'm looking forward to getting it processed and out there, because my access in a certain place in the house is becoming a bit limited because there's quite a lot of stuff there. So yeah, Stuart, so if anyone wants to donate again for the next one, get in touch with yourself. Where can they find you?
Or you can find me on the MRYCG group, or even my personal Facebook. Send me an inbox and then we can get stuff sent over and see where we can go from there.
Fantastic. So we'll be doing a charity auction. News and information will come out about that later in the year. So stay posted. Keep a lookout on the MRYCG social media, Facebook page, Facebook group. Not forgetting also the YouTube channel and the Instagram. Lots of places to catch us, and ultimately also MRYCG.com. Make sure you check out the website. So thanks very much, Stuart, for telling us all about the idea, how it came about, that little light bulb moment that you had, and where it ended up, because without that idea, two charities would be a little bit short right now.
Yes, definitely indeed. And also, just to finish on that last note, don't forget to catch us every month on this monthly podcast.
Indeed it is. Make sure you're off the rails with MRYCG.
For your MRYCG maps, mugs, mouse mats and other merchandise, go to Jumbo Line Printing Facebook page.
Welcome to Modeller of the Month. In this section of the show, we'll be talking to a fellow railway modeller from the railway community to get an insight of what brought them to the hobby, talking about their layout and asking about their future plans. If you'd like to feature in this section of the show, please let us know. Hello and welcome to this month's Competition Zone. In this section of the show, we will be discussing competitions and prizes on offer that we find within the model railway community. We will be informing you of who is running these competitions and how you can enter. Okay, so let's get on with our very first Off the Rails competition then. This month we have a £50 voucher for you to spend at the Model Centre online, courtesy of MRYCG. To be in with a chance to win, you must answer the following question. What class of loco was resprayed by Jeff Reedman on behalf of New Durham Junction and was then donated to last year's MRYCG charity auction? Once you have the answer, then please send that along with your contact details via email to competition@mrycg.com. There will be only one entry per person, and all entries must be received by 11 p.m. on the evening of Friday, June the 5th, 2020. The lucky winner will then be announced on our June the 7th podcast. The winner draw will not be taken by any of the admin team of the MRYCG group, and will be filmed and uploaded to the group as soon as the podcast has ended on June the 7th. We will then contact the winner by email after the show. Full terms and conditions of competitions and prize draws held by MRYCG can be found on our website mrycg.com. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this very first episode of Off the Rails. It's now time to say goodbye until next month. The next episode will go out on the 7th of June 2020. If you would like the chance to feature in a future episode, please email us at contactus@mrycg.com. Finally, thanks to all of you that have listened in and those who have helped make this show possible. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, and keep on modelling. Bye for now.
Warm welcome from David Capper at Beaten Off Junction. Thank you for listening to this monthly show by all at MRYCG.